And Egypt yesterday, the Egyptian handball team did qualify for the quarterfinals after their draw 25-25 against Slovenia. To shed more light about that, we are very much delighted to have with us over the phone Dr. Mohamed Abdel Wahab, our referee and head of the referees of Alexandria Zone for handball. Dr. Mohamed, good afternoon to you.
Hello, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm so happy to meet you and to talk about the World Cup of handball.
It's our pleasure, Dr. Mohamed. Dr. Mohamed, how do you see yesterday's match between Egypt and Slovenia, and what led to the loss of the Egyptian team in the first half of the match? And of course, we did have a comeback and we did draw 25-25. How do you see the performance of our team in the match?
First, it's great match. But
yes.
But if we're talking about the first half, I think all the players were in unusual state.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe from fear for losing the match. Okay. And they led to don't implement the tactic of the coach.
Yes.
Also, that affects their concentration and their inability to enter the match atmosphere of the match. Okay.
Yes.
This for the first half. For the second half, I think the coach talk with the players and control and a little to calm for the player in order to able to implement his tactic. Okay. And I think we see the improvement of the performance, of growth of performance of the players.
Yes. Dr. Mohamed, how do you see the decisions here of the referees during the game?
I think the referees were not successful. Okay. They did not protect the Egyptian players against the I think the players of playing of Slovenia is not fair. Okay.
Yes.
And I think the referees because they from the Europe. Okay. And most of referees from the Europe maybe not successful for the African teams.
Yes. Yes. Dr. Mohamed, that would bring me to ask about our next match on the 27th, which is in the quarterfinals, which would be against Denmark. A very tough match. How do you see the coming match for our national team?
As an Egyptian man, I hope we win. Okay.
Of course, we all wish to win. Yes, indeed.
But I think it's so hard match because Denmark team is so strong team. You know, Denmark team have the stronger defense, stronger player of attack. Okay. And I think it's so difficult, but we hope to win. But I think it's so hard.
Since Dr. Mohamed, you have witnessed, of course, the performance of our national team during the previous matches. What we should be doing in order to try to win the coming match, which is a very tough match against Denmark?
Depend on the last performance. You mean?
The performance of the national team during their matches, the previous matches in the game, the championship.
I can't describe precisely, but I think the match of Denmark is so hard.
Yes.
And I think if Denmark not played good, I think we have the chance. But if Denmark played like the last matches, I think the matches was also hard.
From your point of view, Dr. Mohamed, who was the man of the match yesterday in our match against Slovenia?
I think Yahya Dara.
Okay.
Okay, I
yes.
see. Okay.
What are our weak points here that we have to work on before facing Denmark on the 27th?
Not work now. I think the players must follow the instructions of the coach completely. I think the players must forget the player of Slovenia to increase their concentration to doing the best tactics.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Denmark team is good, I think.
Yes. How do you see the performance of the different teams in this championship? And from your point of view, which teams are the best teams till this moment in the tournament?
Except Denmark, I think France.
Yeah.
France is, I think, have the high chance to win the cup.
Yes. And how do you see yesterday's match between Sweden and Russia, the two teams in our group, Group D, where, of course, Sweden did the sweep Russia 30-18?
Yes, the big difference between Sweden and Russia. Russia yesterday looked like the weak team.
Yes.
You know, Sweden also from the considered the high level team, and but I think from my point of view, I think France is better.
Yes. Your expectation for the team who is expected to win the championship from your point of view? Of course, we wish our team to be the champions.
First Egypt, but
it's our wish, indeed.
If I'm talking from my heart,
yes.
Egypt, but I think Denmark or France.
Yes, Dr. Mohamed Abdel Wahab, our international referee and head of the referees at Alexandria Zone for handball. Many thanks for watching, and thank you very much for your very precious input. And our dear viewers will go to a short break, and after that we'll be back, so stay tuned.